Listen 5 minutes. Share comment on this story. Add a comment. Add to your saved stories. Save the government of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and leaders of U.S.-backed opposition signed an agreement Tuesday outlining commitments holding competitive presidential elections next year. This agreement is expected to pave way for United States ease oil sanctions against authoritarian state. Right, the agreement was a turning point in Venezuela's ongoing political stalemate. Maduro, who claimed victory in 2018 elections deemed violent by the United States others, has promised to allow all parties choose their candidates, allow European Union and United Nations missions observe the voting, provide fair access all campaigns. His government has said presidential elections will be held in the second half of 2024. The government has not promised to lift bans that prevent some opposition candidates from running. Government and opposition leaders formalized agreement in Barbados during an event where representatives of the Norwegian government from United States were also present. Once deal is finalized, the Biden administration is expected to announce it will lift some sanctions on Venezuela's state-controlled oil industry. Two people familiar with talks between two countries told The Washington Post ahead of Tuesday's meeting. Sanctions relief could include a general license for American companies to continue doing business in Venezuela. The sanctions relief would likely be reversible if Maduro does not comply with his end of the agreement, according to a source familiar with the talks. It is unclear whether the agreement will also lead to the release of political prisoners in Venezuela. National Assembly Speaker Jorge Rodriguez, who signed agreement on behalf of the Maduro government, called it the first step towards gradual removal of sanctions. We should be able to see some results in the next few days, he said. With signing of these agreements, we are taking the first step towards complete removal of all sanctions, Maduro said on his Twitter account on Tuesday. Tuesday's deal comes after multiple attempts at negotiations between Maduro's government and the opposition failed. It comes days before opposition parties in Venezuela hold primary elections to choose a single candidate to back against Maduro next year. The clear frontrunner is Maria Corina Machado, a harsh critic of the government whose candidacy the Maduro government banned. U.S. officials condemned the ban, the disqualification of opposition candidates, including Machado, was a major point of contention before the agreement. Many hoped the agreement would include a commitment to lift all bans on candidates. Ultimately, agreement promised to allow participation of all presidential candidates provided that they comply with established conditions for participating in presidential elections, consistent with procedures established by Venezuelan law. Following signing of agreement, Unitary Plaintiff